Okay, I think yes, it's broadcasting.
So, namaste.
Okay.
We're finishing Alchemy course, so let's make some kind of summary and how it starts and how it finishes.
Look, alchemy, we can start with any simple symptoms. And we call it, technically, we call it unwanted behaviors. These unwanted behaviors could be very small, could be very big. These unwanted behaviors could reflect in the body, physical body, to our senses, its functioning, or psychological behavior symptoms, which might appear. If it is all wanted behavior, we want it, no issue. If we don't want it, then we bring alchemy. This alchemy, we can see the labels directly on behavior labels we can do, or in the processing way we can do, or we can visionary mode we can see three, or we can directly surrender and go beyond. So in all the levels, it's possible. Another level of alchemy, you can say like we are applying same like for the physical body, or for the pranic body, or mental body, or ego system, or awakening the intelligence. So this you can choose in a Sankhya model, you can see step by step evolutionary model, and you can say I'm applying for intelligence, to awaken the intelligence. Or I want to change something in my ecosystem, I don't like it. Something is part of my ecosystem and I don't want it, it's unwanted. Then we see, change it. So this way we can choose, have a choice, wherever we want to. Or you can go to the 7 points: God, health, money, relationship, child, society, state. In this way, you can say, oh, this point I am not good with. Unwanted behavior on this point. So diagnosis methods, you can choose any. This one, Ayurvedic style, value system. So you choose what person wants. Is it the person wants to change in the decision-making process and value system in the mind so that he is not bothered about decision-making juggling, like confused what to do, what not to do, then value system program. If not value system, just want a little bit change. I'm feeling jealous with my neighbor. And I don't feel good about it. If I feel good about it, it's okay. But if I don't feel good about it, because I'm Christian, I'm reading Bible, and it says, love your neighbors, I'm hating it, the problem arising. On the points of God, first point, it's arising. Or in alchemy way, you can see the refurbishing of ego system or mind. You will choose somewhere to begin. So this way is a diagnosis, and you can begin with that, or just you don't go anything, any unwanted behavior. Applying a model is the best. We can apply Sankhya Yoga therapeutic model and see in hierarchical model, in 5 elements has a problem, or organs has a problem, mind has a problem, ego has a problem, intelligence, Mahat has a problem, or some interrelationship with the nature, Prakriti and Purush, wherever you can see in that. Western psychological way you go, then we can go on the organ systems like 5 eyes, perception. Eyes has problem, nose has problem, ears listening problem. What is feeling is a problem. So we can go in a modern psychological Western therapeutic way, which I represented you in the core alchemy. So categorizations of unwanted behaviors we can do many. our choices whether we go for value system, hierarchical setup, or we just go for alternative behaviors. Two choices making. So democratic way is creating alternative behaviors, and person is very happy. I have 10 choices to choose. So this is Western therapeutic way, always giving you feeling you have a lot of choices, but you don't have. You have only one, but think yes, I have. So this is Western way of thinking therapy to bring the client to the mode so he doesn't get in depression. In depression are all psychological symptoms where choices are less and less. People say, oh, I don't have choice. Very less choice. The person starts to shrink and become melancholy or sad, small, tiny. So this kind of feeling to remove is show you have mind, and mind have so many options. But this is the best one. Alternative behavior. So this one way of making feeling good, making person feel good and giving. Or value system programming, you don't have choice. Mind is already clear. You get up in the morning, it has a preference that first thing I should take care of meditation, yoga. Second, I should take care of my body. Third, I should take care of money. Then I think about my wife, not before that. Not that you wake up and first you jump on wife and then think about your work and then think about your body and then think, God, yes, someday I will think about it. So this value system is opposite. Decision making process is opposite. So allocation of energy fund. So this is value system is you are allocating on priority base which one, which time will be going to what. Here you don't struggle. You feel hungry, you eat. You don't feel hungry, you don't eat. You know, you don't have to struggle with the protein there, vitamin there, minerals there. No, you can go for it easily. Or take the help of Ayurvedic intellectual knowledge. You will not be confused. Value system programming, and you will not feel guilty about it. That, oh, I should take care of my wife. No, first you should take care of your work. Otherwise, so in this way, you don't confuse. You just keep on doing your things on value system. So this is basically two choices for us. So these are and limitations. You ask, what is the limitations? Limitation is that if you are using a diagnostic tool, we follow it. If you are following a value system programming, we are decided to follow it. First of all, we cannot change it because it's a categorical decision. Limitations will be only one point is there, which is para, God point. From that element, you can transform anything into anything. Only there. If you are working with one element only, the moment you will divide, your freedom is lost. Limitations will arise. So you will see this problem is coming from third point. Maybe disease in the body, but you see the link is connecting to relationship issue. So this you can transform into relationship only. Only love can be transformed into anything. Only love. Otherwise, limited. If love is there, you can transform anything you can make out of love. But if love is not, then it will go directly to that. Like if the relation, even physical symptom here, and it's connected to relationship issue, then it will first fix the relationship issue. Then from there, if something remains, then go to money. If something remains, then go to body. If something remains, then God will come. So first thing, first you fix it. For 6 months, you don't care about, we fix the things. From where the issue is coming. After 6 months, if it's settled, issue is settled, then we think about it. And it's always your choice, the priorities. Another way model is you can create 6 points, like 6 hands, and at the center you can put God. Another model, either 1, 2, 3, 4 hierarchy, or if you want to make that round, 6 hands, and at the center you can put God or self-knowledge, whatsoever, enlightenment. There you can put. This is also one of the models. We can see it. Creating harmony in Gestalt way, democratic. But when it comes to disease, you need to fix first on priority basis. Gestalt way will start reflecting here, there, one point goes, then another, and you keep on working. Relationship issue you will solve. Next day, client is there, problem with my child. Next day, with my neighbor. No? Next day, this state law, government. So he will keep on coming in circular way. And value system, once done. So this is the limitations. What is next question?
How to apply? I mean,
how to apply?
I know, and also for limitation, is it any disease or any situation where we cannot apply alchemy?
Just a minute, 1 minute, 1 second, 1 second.
Okay.
It's a lot of. Sorry for interruption.
No problem. In which situation we cannot apply alchemy? I mean, what is the limit in which parts of the knowledge or which part of the disease or which part of situation we cannot apply? So where is
Limitation
the...
comes when person, I told you many times, I have come 2, 3 times, my students, which I failed, I could not succeed. Though they are succeeding a lot of things, but to the point, like if you are doing value system programming and some person is not agreeing, I will not give value to God. I will not give value to relationship, or I will not give value to money. Then you cannot apply. The value system you cannot apply. If person is not agreeing that God is the first value, then next body, and then money, and then no, my child is the first value, and then anything else. So person is doing his own value system and shuffling with it. He say, I'm not agreeing to do any changes. Then you cannot do it. Because it's all conscious. Unless the person is fully agreeing, this is not a hypnosis that you are putting an idea, it's a transformation. And consciously, intelligently, person should be ready and ready, open to listen, and you know before what you are doing and what will be the outcome of it. So you can explain before. In this situation, you cannot do value system program. For value system programming, person has to agree. Like I say in Turkey, I'm doing, and could not. So the person is meditating every day, doing yoga every day. So his God corner is okay. Health also he is managing, but he is not moving to money. Money I don't want. If you don't want money, then how you will have wife? How you will have girlfriend? And without resources, you can't imagine. So this is called contradictory desires. Or maybe if he will say, if you will ask him, do me alchemy that a woman comes in my life and I'm not ready to change myself. Possible? Do you think it's possible that you relate with somebody and you say, I will not change? Relationship will not continue unless both has to change. Any relationship, both has to change. Otherwise, it won't continue. It's not relationship. That's where it is stuck there 10 years. He can stuck there 10 lives. I can't do anything. Nobody can. This is limitation. Faking data. If you start to fake data, I say look left and you are looking right.
Okay, so we talk a lot about the value system and the diagnosis of the last questions and get answers and try to find the answers in the answering of the person. And then if we get diagnosis, what is the step of transformation? So,
Transformation, either you begin from the top or you begin from the bottom. Bottom means behaviors. You begin from bakery and you move towards that. But here in our process, we try to begin from the intelligence. Our first point is intelligence, because once we touch the intelligence, very easy to deal with ego, very easy to deal with mind functioning, and very easy to deal with any physical diseases. So our approach is we are going to the intelligence level, touching the core, establishing the core, the heart, the center. If we don't find intelligence, we can find the center of the mind, heart of the mind. Millions of desires in which we find a heart, a center. So we can say heart of the mind. It's our mind, but we found the center of the mind. We will say center means heart. So the mind has a heart. That is the book. Very nice. I like his title. Richard Mathew, father of NLP in India, which I got training. His book, he has written a very nice book, Mind with a Heart. Amazing book for therapists and doctors. Amazing book. Only techniques, and techniques. A little bit information. So I like this is training manual, not a book to be sold, I think, in the market, but very good title, Mind with Heart. And here, because he got this approach, he came to India doing Vipassana, learning tantras, all this research, and trained in Society of Jesus since childhood as a priest, as a gestalt therapist, as a hypnotherapist, and so many things together. And neuro-linguistic programming, which I changed to natural. This is my alchemy. After going through all this training, yes, natural language programming, which is working in alchemy. We try to begin with the intelligence. If not, we try to find the heart of the mind. So we begin with the core transformation, always, if possible. If just behavior, people coming for one, not so interested, you can give behavioral alternative model or psychosomatic. But anyway, if person is ready, we begin with heart, core, first. And through this core, we proceed further. Either we go to Pashanti model or we go to down psychosomatic model. No, our systematic process is first core, then establishing psychosomatic or behaviorist, any model. Three model established. So relationship between God, body, mind, and ego. So here, ego becomes the boss, and then we establish the psychosomatic model. Ego as an I, establishing harmonious relationship between mind and body. This is psychosomatic model, and this psychosomatic model, we establish mind as my servant, servant, but respectful humanism, not treating mind as a computer, but as a humanistic model. Sorry, thank you. Find a good relationship with the mind, with the heart of the mind.
So
So,
we do
satisfying. Yes, please.
technically we do it through the guided meditation. I mean,
Not guided meditation. Guided meditation is first to establish the core and then direct questions. No, direct establishing, giving commands to the mind, and we play with memory system. Memory system. So refurbishing the memory. Yeah, memory system, psychosomatic model, and behavioristic model.
When you deal with Fatima, the core, finding the core, I realized the technique. When you find the opposites, then in the center between the opposites is the core.
Center, we
So,
call it center. Yeah, it's the one of the way of application when, like, to find the heart. But here we are finding heart with the mind, with our question, purpose, so that millions of desires we can find one. That is the center, core.
and then finding the core, with the questions we transform
No, core
the.
maintains the environment. I told you the environment is there. So in all the process, unless the person is at the core, environment will change. So this core makes you time very less, doesn't direct answers very less, no analysis. So we go very fast, establishing the core. And without any analysis, we can find the connections. So establishing the core is the main. Without this, also we can do pure behavioristic model.
And so in each session, so we to get the information for the patient, for the client, we have to take in 2-3 sessions minimum. First is diagnosis.
Practically, suppose I begin. So one day it might somebody can take hours just to find the core. talking so much doesn't stop. So maintaining the environment, we always have to be in the heart. We don't follow any command. I don't do, you wait half an hour, 40 minutes talking, establishing, because command is 1 second, 2 seconds to change. Final change is 2 seconds. But before establishment and checking the environment, if environment is not at the core, natural language programming won't work. Because one word has a lot of meaning, and there we have to have very specific meaning for the word. We come to the specific, which is tantric style, very unique meaning, and only to that person. It's not a universal that you apply this letter or this word to somebody else and it will work. No. It only works to that person, only in that context, only at that time. After that, it won't work. So environment, to keep the environment, I told you, love and trust. Love and trust. Be at the core. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
And this technique of asking what is the purpose, is to find this special word.
Activate the right brain. Left and right should be synchronized. So if we allow too much sentences, left will start analyzing in similarity and difference, and we will fall to the artificial intelligence. We have to save the person because there is no answer in artificial intelligence. Then is the AI, is the web, is the Google Baba answers. Here not working. Information has no value here. Maintaining the core of love and trust, playing with the words, finding the words is the art. You can see my syntax, talking, to find the exact fit the word. The moment it comes, person is loved, trust, direction is okay, everything fine. The person is fully agreeing. Yes, I want to do this. Then the command of 2 seconds. But before giving command, you must establish the psychosomatic models and also behavioristic model, in which first you should, after core, you must go to behavioristic model and fix the communication channel with immune system, medicinal systems, which body has medicine capacity, and ecology. 3. So you establish the core one day. Next day, you go to this behavioristic model and establish the communication signals properly with any behavior, but in immune system, medicinal system, natural medicine, pharmaceutical unit, and the ecology, which must be checked. So there you learn, if ecology has objection, you cannot move forward. It will give objection. If it is go signal, go for it, you are done. So body, this communication established between mind and the body. No, ego and the body with the mind. And then we go to the mind system and establish, then we go to the timeline after that. So establish with the mind as a same administrative model, always in command, as a servant, but humble. So your ego becomes administrative, I as a commander of my mind, and very friendly. So the mind will execute the work. Creating a relationship is the most important. So we establish the relationship between ego and mind and body we have already done with ego and body. So this ego, mind, and body comes maintain the environment of trust and love. That's the challenge. And as a therapist, you are shuffling objective, subjective, both way you are playing.
And when during the session you ask Fatima to look right, to look left, up, down, so it's the working with timeline. Yes, it's like,
yeah, working with timeline. I did not teach you the whole this Western diagnosis process. I only teach you Eastern way. So if you go further, then you have to learn the senses, eye accessing cues, breath. So through the breath, you are knowing the person, where is the person, dreaming, waking, realizing, experiencing through the breath. You need to learn. Practically, very difficult to teach on this. And you also need to learn, like in Ayurveda, you have kapha pitta vata. If you do not go, if you go this way, then you need to know the strength of audio, visual, kinesthetic. 3 things we take first, and 2 more, 5 senses. So in that way, you see auditory 80% functioning, visual 20% functioning, kinesthetic 70% functioning. So you got a constitution of the personality. Mind. So we can do brain mapping. In brain mapping, breath and eyes both are, and the face, smiling, blowing, many things there, energy. We have a set of questions, the way I give you, written set of questions. You can keep on asking the person and making the numbers. Diagnosis method. Simple diagnosis method of the eyes are, this brain is 360 degree. Suppose central brain, whole brain, and this is eyes. So if eye in the heart will be neither left nor right, exactly at the center, eye is going and moving in central line, not even moving, just stay at the middle. So here, no mind. Because this is command to the mind, don't function. The moment we deviate 1 degree here, left side, mind is commanded. Go to past. Visual mode. Visual mode, go to past. So person is, if eyes are moving from here till here, you see, line, whole brain. So this brain will be activated. So 360 180, 180, 90, 90, 90. It's going. No? So here you begin, and here is this line.
Mm-hmm.
This is for your visual training, no? These exercises, all this. So exactly this line. So from here till here, if your eyes are here, means you are dreaming about your past. In visual mode, you are seeing yourself, colors, things, doing, moving on the beach, something you are doing in visual mode. That is so. And this, the moment I come here, this is spectrum. If my eyes, so if I want to remember a song which I listened 20 years before in a movie, so I will go here. So the moment eyes moves here, it's a command to the brain to go to the auditory cortex and remember, go to the past in auditory mode. It's all command. From here, if I come down, then I come to the feeling mode. So what you met a person in a coffee shop 20 years before. The person said a line, or he was singing a song. You remember it. So if you are doing like this, you are only remembering the song, not seeing the person. So if you go here, now you are seeing the person, but not remembering the song. And after all this half an hour, you felt, wow, very intimate. So then your eyes will go here. You will look like this. So if I'm sitting here and meditating like this, means I am in the past kinesthetic mode, which I understanding I had, I'm remembering it. Remembering the one word, the essence of this. Feeling it. Neither remembering the song nor seeing the person, just feeling it. So left is past. Right is future. So there are 360 commands to the mind, not depending on your verbalization. It's just looking. Looking. I will tell you more interesting things about. So there are 360 commands. You can, the moment and this cortex, visual cortex, auditory cortex, this and that, back cortex. Many ways you can do with another yoga also and visual mode. All any senses you can use, 5 senses. So the way it is left, same way it is right. But this is future oriented. Future. No? So want to see future in visual mode, then we say, look, I'm not going so up. So if here means 100 years ahead, here means it's few months, 1 day. So it's timeline. That's how we check how much time it will take to finish this job, to finish these things. And same way, this is auditory, and same way, kinesthetic. So suppose somebody is not waking up in the morning, or some problem, small things came, somebody came, oh, I'm all the time I go in bus stop fighting somebody. No? I'm not in a good mood the moment I bus stop, and I'm not in a good mood. So in this way, you don't need to do core transformation. This 15 minutes and set up the cues. We call it behavior generator. And very, very behavioristic. And next day, person goes to the bus stop, not fighting, having, laughing, and these behavior generators you can also use for big diseases like cancer and things. Teaching the person, and every time person has to do this exercise. So creating a new patterns of looking, watching, and you can handle any diseases, provided you have to practice every day 10 times. And keep on and on and on and on for months and years, and then it will be transformed. You can handle it. So this way, when you remember, I told you one of my experience when I was in meditation. And you saw how we get guidance. So if the image came, like this image was Osho, came in the left side, first of all, I'm sitting in meditation, image flashing and left side, means it's coming from the past. Some content I am in meditation, I am connected to some mind, some disciples of Osho's. Because this picture I have not seen. But this content might be in the mind of somebody else. So mass is coming. So, so here is the field like this.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm looking at the past, I will go like this. It's my own memory system. If I'm entering in my own memory system, my eyes will be more going like this forward. But here, if something coming from the past to me in meditation and is staying on this. So here, if you make 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, and rounds, then you will find, oh, it has how much front, or here, or here, or here. So it represents how deep unconscious, whether I am accessing content of somebody else's mind, or it's coming to me directly. So here, this was no words, only visual. But mind has translation. You give to visuals, it will translate in auditory, in kinesthetic by itself. So no words, visual, and the understanding at the same time. But it's coming from the past. So we see, according to that experiences in any of the senses, we know it's coming from past life, it's coming from this life, how much time distance there, how life before, how close. This way, it's complete mathematics. Point to point mathematics.
And
You divide the brain into 360 parts.
It's a yoga mathematics or a method, or it's tantric method, or
it's NLP.
NLP. Okay.
NLP doesn't explain you so much. For me,
Yes,
you just need to give a little bit knowledge, and then after knowledge expands by itself. So this is not written in NLP books like this, which I'm telling you in meditation, but they will tell you past and simple. Past, but how much distance, where it could be, which body it belongs, this is not written. But you can simply get in books, this is auditory, this is visual, this is kinesthetic, and this is past, and this is future. And at the center, neither past nor future. Mind has no command. So if you look at the center, only at the center, mind means you are commanding the mind not to do anything, just to be. You are shutting off the mind. Any deviation, you are commanding the mind.
I realize that sometimes when I ask questions and before you get answers, you look right, and little bit up. When I ask some questions, and you look right, a little bit up, and then answer.
Yeah, no, here you are seeing my mirror image also. So
No,
if I look right, maybe you see left.
Okay.
It could be also. So if I'm making it right, then I am creating the answer.
Yes.
If I'm going left, I'm remembering the answer. If I'm neither looking left and right, I'm channeling the answer. Or sometimes I have to go in the kinesthetic mode to feel the answer. Sometimes listen what you are saying. Sometimes see it. So this is how brain functions. It's a machine. It's a machine. So howsoever we say, oh, but machine is a machine. This is the grammar, it's mathematics. So finding the time, when, date, GPS locations, all you can take it out. How expert you become, as much clients you will practice.
Then come the Swara yoga and some another yoga, the methods of managing the mind. There are some how.
Here, only voice. Natural
Yes,
language,
Bakari.
tone, voice, tone, meaning, you need to decipher. Expertise. What and what? I told you, if there would have been 30, 40, 50 people, everybody would learn because each one find a client and I have to supervise. Theoretically, it's not possible to, theoretically this much. Practically, you need to work. Practical work. If you give session to 30 people, you are expert. You learn it. Because so many kinds of personality and person and age, difference, nationality, you should go for different nationality, different age groups, gender different. So variety of people once you will communicate and they will give you challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody not coming at the code, try hard one day, second somebody easily coming, you learn the technique. And there are many practical universal methods to learn, which I could not apply into people. With you, it's a coaching kind of personal, your personal answers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when I will have a chance to make it universally, then simply giving you papers written, follow, follow, practice, practice, practice.
Yes, to get the universal answer, there are many universal answers. And to get one answer or one universal law, it's very difficult.
You should
And
not think about it. I told you.
yes,
If you
yes,
will
yes.
think about, oh, one, 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 you go crazy with this. So don't finding one solution which will solve all the problems, one law which will apply on all. One, I am the only one which will save the planet. This is very dangerous. Universal quantifier, be high alert. You are going to the madhouse. So immediate direction to the madhouse. Howsoever intelligent you think, your neurons will collapse. Start to collapse, disintegrate.
Yeah, because you have to change universe.
No, it's very humble, very in the heart, and with the knowledge, you should be very humble, very humble. If you're a little bit aggressive to the universal knowledge, to the universal law, you should not be aggressive. In small laws, yes, be aggressive, be, oh, I will become enlightened now. 1 hour brastika, I will do it. There is nothing, you can make physically damage something, that's it. But here you can damage your intelligence itself.
Okay.
Going particularized way and learning something particular. Like if you want to read Tantra, don't go for the essence of Tantra. Take one book, one simple book, simple philosophy, and study one. And try to understand the fragment one. Through that, you will learn.
Yes, as you explained that the essence of each book is in first
First,
sentence.
first sentence. Yeah. First sentence. You see this yoga book. Four things. And essence, because this is India writing, is Indian different way of culture. Because we believe in direct knowledge. We don't believe that through the argument you can reach the knowledge. So here person, we use the argument to establish the knowledge, to make it logical, rational, and society, academics, people can discuss about in the college and university. For that purpose, rishis is using arguments. But knowledge you have to show first. I know it and all detail. So yoga you are teaching, at now yoga, chitti, vritti, nirodha. Just the translation I don't agree. The translation which is given in traditional book, I don't agree because for me it's a different word which makes me meaning. If I will translate, I will say define yoga same. If I will translate is cessations, tendency of the mind.
Mm-hmm.
Mind has a universal tendency. This universal tendency is of chitta, chit. We are using chit. So universal tendency of chitta is to expand and contract, expand and contract. Fluctuations continuous there. So if you stop it, this is a tendency to expand, tendency to contract. If you put a stop at this tendency, means indivisible chitta is dropping its nature. When it drops its nature, it merges with the universe, big consciousness. That's the meaning. I will never translate it like this. I will say, what is yoga? Yoga is the tendency of this natural fluctuation which is in chitta. It comes to end. That way, I'll see it. So you say, vritti for me is vritti is a tendency. Like any matter has tendency to become zero. It's vritti. Water. Water has tendency to reach ocean, tendency to flow down. It's its nature. If it will stop that, it won't be a water. So that's where he is saying this is tendency of the consciousness to fluctuate in contraction and expansion, universal law. If you can put a stop on that, you merges with the universal consciousness. And that is, this union is called yoga. So I will never translate like this. First year, I was very confused when first time I yoga is the cessation of mind. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. It gives just confusion to the people, and people become turned against mind, which is just a function. You should understand its grammar rather than fighting with it. And it's such a useful machine. Wow, present,
Yes,
past, future,
yes.
it can take you anywhere. So I will not translate it like this. Yoga Shiti Vritti Nirodha. No. Because there is a tendency, anything which will exist, there will be a tendency of its nature, and tendency of anything exists to become zero. Become zero. And particularly if the matter it is, tendency of this to become zero. Nobody. Finish.
Yes, and through the zero goes to the other universe. I mean, it's like
So, no, here he is saying Chetana. So this Chetana consciousness is also not a right translation. But we say Chitta. So Chitta has a tendency. That is Vritti. So if I have to translate Vritti, I will say tendency bound by nature. It cannot be otherwise. And there you are going beyond the nature and putting in the stone. So first, I know. So here Patanjali is saying, I know, I have experience. This is yoga. Rest is all arguments to establish that knowledge that what I know, this is the way I'm establishing it, not finding it. If you want to find, follow this first. So, samadhi. And if you know, you are alive. This is samadhi. This is samadhi. If you don't understand, read all the sutras. If you understand, stop it there. Relax. Sadhana. No? Now, second, if you don't know nothing about zero, you cannot be enlightened, then please begin with beginning. And if you begin with beginning, tell me, I tell you, first sutra, finished. Remember, yes, this is the way Indian English is right. They are not writing cogito ergo sum. I think therefore am, and then establish the syllogism. I know already. This is it. Now I'm explaining it. If you have guts, argue, prove me wrong. That's the way they establish themselves. First, I know it, and then I'm arguing it, presenting it in a systematic, argumentative way, artificial intelligence. I'm now using my artificial intelligence. Counter it with your artificial, if you can. Otherwise, accept it.
it's like modern science. I realized that the modern science they are not trying to find the knowledge. They already have the knowledge. Then they make experiment to prove this knowledge to other people.
Yeah.
Because without knowledge, you can even make experiment or make some excavation or some explanation. If you have the knowledge, then
We
you
say science is blind.
yes.
Science is blind. And it has to accept. And it already accepted that we are blind. Otherwise, why you are groping in darkness? If you know the answer, you know the answer. But in order to experiment electricity, hypothetically electricity is possible, that 1000 probability is coming. So you are groping. You can't see the answer. So here, oh, this failed. No, no, no. This one. No, no, no. So all scientists are blind. They are experimenting. It's a blind. So science is, we say science is the religion of blind people. And religion is the science of awakened ones. They know first, this is it.
But when you read the scientific people like Einstein or some other, they they get this knowledge not from the experiment. They get this knowledge from the
from beyond.
yeah, yes,
Because
and
you cannot
then
break the
they
law.
try to prove and make a lot of to explain this knowledge.
Yeah,
But if it's blind. You cannot even create experiment. I mean, some the good scientists they are all very close to religion. I mean, very
yeah,
close
yeah,
to
yeah.
this
I
glimpse of
I was
enlightenment.
never interested in physics and medical science knowledge. I can draw
Hmm.
paramecium and hydra very well. That's two. I found easy. Paramecium and hydra. Two amoeba. Paramecium is also amoeba
Hmm.
and hydra. Two were very nice. I can draw
Hmm.
immediately. That much my medical science. And physics also I was not interested. But there was a very nice book. One guy gave me gift. Dancing Woolly Masters. If you have find, I will show you.
Hmm.
Then we will close this. Very nice book I found. So that I become interested in physics. And what you are saying, you will find it here. What you are saying is exactly this. We call it science is blind. Yeah. This book, uh, yeah, Dancing Woolly Masters. Dancing Woolly Masters. After reading this book, I become interested in physics, and that compares mystics and scientists, how they are similar in their lifestyle, and particularly in the lifestyle. So you will find the writer is presenting this scientist, physicist, as a mystic and finding similarity. Then after I really started to become interested in physics and theory, Stephen Hawking's, I started to find an angle and try to find, from where he's bringing the knowledge and how he's explaining it. So this book was a very good book for me.
But the
This is
modern
on quantum physics. Yeah. This
yes
how
more
I become interested.
because modern quantum physics is 100% tantra. Is 100%.
Quantum
They
physics is still is
yes
the pure tantra. It is
yes
quantum physics is
yes
a tantra.
yes because they need to read old books, tantric books, to make their future theory because they're like kids. I mean,
Yeah. From
okay.
here, it changed my perspective towards scientists. This book.
Hmm.
And I started to become interested in science, Stephen Hawking's or other theories. I started to, but this was very nice. Yeah.
And yesterday I saw one video from the very famous Russian philosopher, and he explained that it's impossible to become a philosopher out of institute or university. It's you can become philosopher in 1 second when you get a glimpse of enlightenment.
Yeah,
Then
yeah, yeah.
you
You
get the
get just
yeah
one glimpse. Oh, this is truth. And now writing books,
yeah
writing books. You see, all philosophers, you see Descartes got the glimpse, who am I? And he started to
yes
talk.
yes yeah all of
Bacon,
them.
Bacon living o novum organum. Then I say Spinoza is the same. So just getting one glimpse, oh, like this. Oh, they are two identical. No, two worlds are identical. Spinoza born and hundreds of books being born. Yeah, very interesting. And that's why Stephen Hawkins, I become interested, and this Woolly Master, physics, as in physics and and mysticism. This book made me interested.
Mhm.
Dancing Woolly Masters. I would like to read it once more if I will have it. I read it long before.
Okay.
So this is it.
Thank you.
I think we are getting it. If
Yes.
we start a new course, then we have to go for particular way, leadership training or parenting or reparenting or rebirthing and learning systematic. which you can follow reparenting. You follow the Fatima 1, 2, 3, and we will follow the techniques to practice. If you want to practice, but theoretically is already there. No point. Practically, we need some people.
Mhm. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.